Adrenaline Junkie was not performing as Bungie intended, so they gave it a huge buff for update 3.4.0 back in December 2021. So when you combine this with a few other elements, you can really create explosive builds. Well, today I'm going to have a look at Adrenaline Junkie in a bit more detail, then put together a Titan PVE build. It's going to be a whole lot of fun, plus you'll be able to take this into all levels of PVE in the game. Well, if you're new around here or find this useful, don't forget to hit that subscribe button down below for all the latest Destiny 2 content and turn on notifications by hitting that bell. And if you enjoy this week in video games, consider becoming a channel member and hitting that join button down below. Well, first of all, let's have a look at Adrenaline Junkie. So Adrenaline Junkie is a legendary trait where this weapon gains increased damage and handling from grenade kills and kills with the weapon. So here's the changes that Bungie laid out in update 3.4.0. So kills can add a single damage stack or extend existing ones. You can get a grenade kill and that boosts these stacks immediately to ×5, and also lowered the duration to compensate for weapon activation. So at ×5 of Adrenaline Junkie, you're getting a roughly 33% buff to damage, although this doesn't really last very long, so you have to be quick to take advantage of it. So basically this works just like Swashbuckler with melees, but it works with grenades. But rather than think of it in isolation as a perk, I'm going to use this as part of a toolkit to make a really explosive build. You know, if grenade kills immediately stack Adrenaline Junkie to ×5, then ideally we want to be throwing as many grenades as possible to have that ×5 as active as much as we can, so dishing out that 33% damage increase to our PvE opponents. Well, next up, let's have a look at this Adrenaline Junkie Titan PVE build. So this build is obviously going to be using Adrenaline Junkie at the core, but also throw in a few other things like elemental wells, my subclass and exotic armor abilities to create a build with near infinite grenades. Well, first of all, let's have a look at the exotic armor, and I'm using Ashen Wake. This one comes with the perk Bring the Heat, so fusion grenades now explode on impact and gain increased throw speed, and final blows with fusion grenades grant grenade energy. So Bungie buffed Ashen Wake a while back, saying killing an enemy with a fusion grenade while wearing this exotic now refunds grenade energy. That scales with different enemy types. So you get a small amount of grenade energy for a red bar kill, a little bit more for an orange bar, then loads for a yellow. It works really well with the original perk that makes fusion grenades fastball and explode on their targets. Well, next up, let's have a look at the subclass. I'm using Code of the Siegebreaker here. So this one is Bottom Tree Sunbreaker, and it works absolutely great with Ashen Wake for fusion grenades, as well as working with solar weapons like the BXR-55 and also Galahorn, but more on that in a minute. Well, let's check out the benefits of Code of the Siegebreaker. So you get Mortar Blast, so strike an enemy with a melee ability to release a solar explosion, setting nearby enemies on fire. Then we've got Soul Invictus, so solar ability kills restore your health. Grenade, melee ability and Sun Warrior kills leave a deadly sunspot in their wake. Then you've got Sun Warrior, so passing through a sunspot causes your grenade and melee ability to charge faster and your super to last longer. And it also increases all the damage that you do. And then finally we've got Endless Siege, so hammers create sunspots on impact, and while standing in sunspots you throw hammers faster. Well, here I'm going to be using Soul Invictus to create sunspots, then passing through them, they're going to really help recharge my grenades faster by using Sun Warrior. And also, as well as the Adrenaline Junkie buff, it's going to increase my damage through Sun Warrior 2, so that should stack really nicely. Well, next up, let's have a look at the weapons. Well, first up, I'm going to be looking at my Adrenaline Junkie weapon, and this is the BXR-55 Battler, and that is in my energy slot. So I've got a roll with Adrenaline Junkie and Demolitionist, so they just complement each other absolutely perfectly. So as well as getting those stacks of grenade kills to get you an increase in damage through Adrenaline Junkie, Demolitionist, well, kills with a weapon generate grenade energy, so this works really well together. And you can get this one from the Dares of Eternity activity. Well, in my kinetic slot I'm using Fractithist, that is a legendary kinetic shotgun that deals stasis damage. So for PvE, ideally Ensemble or Trench Barrel would be good. So Ensemble improves handling and reload speed when allies are near, and finally Trench Barrel gets you that increased damage, handling and reload speed for a short duration after a successful melee hit. I've got one with auto-loading holster and Trench Barrel, which is pretty good for PvE. Then in the power slot I'm using Galahorn, that is the exotic power rocket launcher. It fires solar damage and comes with some pretty special perks. So we've got Wolfpack rounds, where rounds fired split into tracking cluster missiles upon detonation. Then you've got Pack Hunter, so gained increased handling and reload speed when standing near allies. And firing the weapon also grants Wolfpack rounds to nearby allies wielding non-exotic rocket launchers. So this one is absolutely fantastic for that DPS, and it's also worth getting that Catalyst too. So not only does it increase the magazine size, but final blows with Wolfpack rounds spawn a faster, more powerful missile at the target's location. So this one is absolutely fantastic. You can get that one from the 30th anniversary pack by completing a quest from Shoreham. Finally, let's have a look at the mods. So I'm using Elemental Ordnance, so defeating a combatant with a grenade spawns an Elemental Well that matches the subclass energy type. Then I'm using Font of Might, so picking up an Elemental Well that matches the subclass energy grants a temporary bonus to the weapon damage of that same element type. So because I'm using solar weapons and a solar subclass, this is going to work out really well. I'm using Ashes 2 Asset, so you gain bonus super energy on grenade kills. So given this build is focused around grenades, that's going to be a really nice useful side effect to gain bonus super energy. And you've also got enhanced Ashes to Assets as well, and that boosts super energy regeneration even more. I'm using Well of Ordnance, so picking up a solar well grants the additional grenade energy, and Explosive Well Maker, so you create wells with explosions. That's going to work really well with your grenades, and also that's going to work really well with Galahorn too. Then I'm using Bomber as well, so that reduces the grenade cooldown when using your class ability. So basically all of these are going to work really well together to spawn elemental wells. I'm going to increase my damage through Font of Might. I'm going to get more super energy back through Ashes 2 Assets. I'm going to be boosting my grenade energy constantly, so I'll be throwing grenades left, right and centre. Well, let me know what you think of the build in the comments, and let me know if you've got any improvements, and let me know what you think of the reworked Adrenaline Junkie. Well, that is it for this look at Adrenaline Junkie in Destiny 2, and as always, thank you so much for watching. For more Destiny 2 content like this, hit that subscribe button down below and subscribe to This Week in Video Games. If you enjoyed this video, found it useful, liking and sharing the video would really help me out. Otherwise, check out the other videos on the channel. Well, thanks again. I'll see you soon.
The round is almost complete. Now, let us see what treasures we'll be taking home. Yes, the vault of the Paraverse is